List of 19 most notorious serial killers. Number 19. Peter SUTCLIFFE. SUTCLIFFE killed 13 women between October 30, 1975, and November 17, 1980. Most sufferers had been killed by way of a combination of bludgeoning and stabbing, and all but 2 have been killed in the county of Yorkshire, owing to the modus operandi and area of the murders. SUTCLIFFE was called the Yorkshire Ripper. Number 18. John George HAIGH. He was called the acid bath murderer for dissolving his sufferers in sulfuric acid under the belief that he couldn't be prosecuted for homicide if no body was discovered. He might then forge papers to sell the sufferers' possessions. Confessed 9 murders, convicted of 6 and hanged. Number 17. Richard Ramirez. Killed 13 humans between 1984 and 1985 in Los Angeles. Referred to as the Night Stalker, Ramirez turned into sentence to death in 1989 and died of natural reasons in 2013. Number 16. Dennis NILSEN picked up younger men in London between 1978 and 1982 and dismembered them, keeping their body parts round his house. Number 15. Ronald Dominique. Louisianan serial killer, recognized locally as the Bayou Strangler and murdered victims inside the Terrebonne Parish, Lafourche Parish, Iberville Parish and Jefferson Parish. Number 14. Fritz HAARMANN. Known as the Butcher of Hanover and the Vampire of Hanover, due to his preferred approach of killing with the aid of biting via his sufferer's throat. On occasion while sodomizing them, he would then unload the bodies in the nearby riverline, is assumed to have been accountable for the murder of 27 boys and young guys. He became convicted, found guilty of 24 murders and executed. Number 13. KARL DENKE. Cannibal especially focused on tourists, probable executing them with an axe. He had killed 30 victims. Number 12. John Wayne Gacy, recognized to have murdered at least 33 teenage boys and young guys between 1972 and 1978, 26 of whom he buried within the basement area of his Chicago home. Gacy was referred to as the Killer Clown because of the reality he often entertained kids at social activities by wearing a self-devised costume of clown. He was executed in 1994. Number 11. Ted Bundy. American serial killer known for his aura and good looks, Bundy formally confessed to 30 homicides, but has confessed to killing 35 to 36 ladies within the past, and some estimates run upwards of 100 or extra. Notorious for escaping from jail 2 times and murdering more than 1 sufferers in the same day. Every now and then abducting girls from the equal area within hours of one another. He was executed in the electric chair in 1989. Number 10. Gennady Mikasevich. Strangled ladies. Except killing, he robbed his sufferers of money and valuable items that he might from time to time provide to his spouse as a gift. Number 9. Moses SITHOLE. Preyed on unemployed girls, posing as a businessman and luring his sufferers with the potentialities of jobs, before taking them to an isolated area, in which he raped, tortured, and murdered them, sentenced to 2,410 years imprisonment with an on-parole period of 930 years. Referred to as South Africa's Ted Bundy. Number 8. Alexander PICHUSHKIN. Known as the chessboard killer, he was convicted for murdering 48 victims and was suspected of killing 60 people. He claimed to have murdered 62 people, because he didn't know that 2 of his victims had survived. Stated goal of becoming Russia's most prolific serial killer. Number 7. Gary Ridgway. Truck painter who confessed to killing 71 girls, the United States' most prolific serial killer. Also known as the Green River Killer, he almost completely targeted sex workers from Seattle, suspected of killing over 90 sufferers, confessed to 71, convicted of 49. Number 6. ANDREI CHIKATILO. Called Butcher of Rostov, the Red Ripper or the Rostov Ripper, convicted of the murder of 53 ladies and children between 1978 and 1990, executed in 1994. One man became formally convicted and achieved for his first murder. Number 5. XINHAI. He enters separate homes at nighttime and kill each person with axes, meat cleavers, hammers, and shovels. Executed in February 2004. Known as the Monster Killer. Number 4. Pedro Rodriguez Filho. Convicted and sentenced to 128 years, however the maximum one can serve in Brazil is 30 years. He has claimed to have killed over 100 victims, 47 of them were inmates. He additionally killed his father and ate a chunk of his heart. He killed his first victims on the age of 14. He was first arrested in 1973. Number 3. Daniel Camargo Barbosa. Child murderer, believed to have possibly raped and killed over 150 victims, confessed to killing 72 sufferers. Number 2. Pedro Lopez. Child murderer and rapist, called the Monster of the Andes. He was arrested in 1980 and convicted in 1983 of killing 110 younger ladies, however confessed to killing 300. Number 1. Luis Garavito. Child murderer, torture killer, and rapist called La Bestia. The Beast, confessed to killing 140 kids over a 5-year period in Colombia. He is suspected of murdering over 400 sufferers, generally street kids. Don't forget to subscribe us. Watch more videos.